Alrighty. I definitely need to work on some sort of transition there, uh, on the way that I kick into this live streaming session. But hello, super excited to be back again for another live design streaming session. My name is Varama Henry, yours truly, and if you're new here, welcome. Here we chat about UX design, product design, careers, and everything of interest within that space. So yeah, make yourself comfortable. If you're joining us for the very first time, feel free to introduce yourself into the chat, in the chat section, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this after the fact. So yeah, super interested to always find out where people who join this session are from. So cool. Let's jump right into it then, or maybe not, rather before, we kind of go through a couple of other things that we want to have. So happy Monday, wherever you are, if you're watching this live, and happy whatever day or whatever time you're watching this after the fact. We are broadcasting this live on Monday evening from sunny Johannesburg. Maybe not so sunny this time of the year. Having some coffee to keep us company as we go through the session today. Have a little bit of background music as well. Do let me know. Do let me know if you enjoy this music that plays on the live design streaming sessions that we have. And yeah, let me know if it's also if there are any tracks that you might want to listen to in the upcoming sessions, or maybe a playlist that you might have on Spotify. It'd be really cool to get you to share that in the comment section if that's something that you are into. I kind of play this random royalty free playlists on Spotify. So if you do have something that you kind of enjoy and you might want to listen in one of the future live streaming sessions, feel free to share that with me, and I will definitely consider playing that in an upcoming session. Cool. So in the description, there's a direct link to our website currently, and I think after the fact, if you're watching this after the fact, you will find other links to our Discord and our LinkedIn community. I want to invite you over there because we've got a jam-packed week, or rather a month ahead of us, where we are going to be really trying to rev up the engines of our community and bring it all together. So I want to invite you over there. If you are on LinkedIn, you can search Do Better UX, as well as on Discord, but the links will be down in the description below where you're watching this video from, whether it's the short version or the live design streaming session itself. So what should you expect in this community as you join us? Well, we are really getting started, so there will be a lot of new people. There will be things that we'll be sharing as the admin of the community. Well, mainly me. I will be setting up events with people that will be interviewing live for our podcast, so you can get firsthand of what our podcast will be. And you can actually be part of it, right? You can ask questions in chat. You can ask questions live on the session itself. And while we're doing this, we will be recording the actual content that will go on our podcast, which is called Not a UX Designer, if you want to look it up. And other things that you will be able to find in the community are not sort of like published content pieces that will be having, sort of like close group conversations, sort of like a meetup where we'll have members of the community share different thoughts, insights, and things around, the work that they do and their career as a UX designer. Because remember, this is what we speak about on the channel, on our community. We are all about UX design career, product design careers, and helping other people navigate their careers to get to where they want to go in life. So that is what you can expect from joining the community. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, as we are, trying to grow our community, please do consider inviting other people as well. Let me just move this monitor. Please do consider inviting other people as well to either Discord or LinkedIn, whichever one is more suitable to you at this point. We will be cross-pollinating some of the content on the two platforms so that you know where the events are happening and how to get onto sort of like the same conversation. So I don't think it really matters which one you join for now, but check out the links in the description below. So yeah, that is really our mission. Our mission is to help creatives around the world understand and navigate their careers with ease and speed. This real life experience in their real lives, right? Because what we usually see when it comes to consuming content online is that, when we're doing sort of like an open conversation type of thing like this, we find out that the takeaway and the implementation is very minimal, if any. We might enjoy talking about trends and all of other things like that, but some of the content on our channel, for example, actually has real life examples and real life things that you can take away and go do as a product designer, as a UX designer, or as a company that is trying to implement UX design and product design into its way of building products that hasn't adopted sort of design thinking and a way of implementing design in a more organized fashion. So that is what our mission is, and that is what we are here to do. So when I say we, I mean mainly myself, Farima Henry, and some of the other people who help me behind the scenes, of course. So I always, don't want to take all the credit. Interact with myself. This is my project, my personal baby that I'm doing. This is not, some big company that that is out there, but we definitely want to make an impact in the world of UX designers and product designers around the world with the information that we share here with some of our amazing guests. We've had a few guests over the years, and we're trying to ramp that up quite a bit over the next coming month or so. So yeah, if you are joining us again, feel free to introduce yourself. Let us know where you're joining us from. Again, it's always awesome to know where people are joining us from, and know how far our voices are being heard from. So having said that, having talked a lot about who we are and what we're trying to do, and hopefully we'll see you in the communities, let's jump into today's live design streaming session. And we are going to be talking about a couple of products that have raised my interest over the past over the past 6 to 12 months, and I want to talk to them from sort of like a style point of view, sort of physical product design. I also want to talk about their product pages, and sort of the trends that we see throughout them, and some of them very niche products. Some of them are very mainstream products that you'll find from Apple and Samsung and things like that. And we'll also talk about those pages as well, and just speak to them. This is more of maybe skills that you might take away and trends that you might take away if you're working on a product design project where you might need to create a landing page. I think most of what we'll speak to today is transferable, whether it's a digital product or a physical product that you are designing for. So let's jump into our first thing that we have, which is called the Playdate. Right. This is something that I picked off out of Kickstarter, interest from some of the people that I work with. And it had really good coverage and content on the internet based around this. My internet is a little bit choppy today, so I hope that the live stream is playable and is still smooth, and we still have most of the frames. I can see that I've lost quite a bit of frames since I started the session, but I'm just gonna keep going and keep on enjoying the stream today and enjoying my coffee as well. Cool. So Playdate is a very cool little handheld device. I think the trend that we are starting to see with some of the things that are coming off the market, even things like the Nintendo Switch, which is not a new thing, but out of the handheld market, is that people are really becoming more simpler. They play to two markets really. There's the nostalgic effect of having these handheld devices, similar to what people had when they were younger. If you think about the Game Boy and other things that you would keep in your pocket that might look like this. So it's they're calling it a handheld game system, right? I would just call it handheld console. I think that's what they would call it. With a bunch of brand new games we made, played it just for fun. It's interesting that they said they may played it just for fun. It's like, yeah, we may played it just for fun. But yeah, literally that is what this product is about. And what I like about the product page so far is that they sort of like surface the product right at the top. You can actually see what the physical product looks like. It is a very simple, very beautiful product in my perspective, and yeah, it's right up in your face. Obviously, if you're on this website, you already know that this is Playdate. So you will see with some of the other product pages that we'll look at, they sort of like have the name right up here. They still do have the name quite still, up in the page and in the website, which is okay, I guess. But this is just the name positioning comes after the product itself. Okay, cool. I'm not sure about this sort of like pre-order now for the audio off. So you can see there, they are playing around with the thing. It's a very small handheld device. There aren't a lot of adults actually using the thing. I mean, kids using the thing. It's got a cool crank on it. Some people drinking some wine next to it. So it's not really marketed to kids as such, like I was saying initially, but you would think that a product like this would be marketed to kids, but I guess it's marketed to big kids that have got money to spend. Starting at 179, right? This is quite a bit of money for people around the world. Let's see how much that would be in South Africa, in rands. 179 USD to sell. That's about 3,000 rands. Okay, cool. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's about the price of an Apple Pencil Generation 2, which is a reasonable price to have for something that you can actually use and play around with. Cool. So going back to the landing page and the product page, I think You know, this blow up type of design has been used quite a bit. We've seen it in a lot of product pages. I think you might have even used it at some point yourself. So this is something that we see as a trend coming out, and really showing people the tech inside. Usually when you get to the technical part, this is the style that you would see across most of the websites. Even Apple, I think they do this. We are gonna go and see some Apple products, but this type of like blow up picture is something that is pretty common to see. I wish we could see something different when it comes to this type of shot, right? Also, another thing that I've seen on most websites is the diversity and inclusion of people of color, Black people holding the devices. I've looked like this is also another trend that I've seen on Apple's website. It's like almost all the people, all the devices are actually handheld by Black people on the website. There is a crank here. The audio is off. Let's see what that does. Oops. Yep. Okay. I don't know if that, or can I actually crank? This is cool. This is cool. Well, it would be cool if I could actually crank it up, right? Whoa. Okay. All right. So they're just illustrating how you would use the crank in the game. I think this game is sort of like playing a storyline of this tin man walking through the screen here. Okay, cool. The season. Here's to the truly unique beat. Playdate isn't just an empty system. Okay, so that's some good writing there. So what they're saying here is that we actually have. So this is not just a hardware company, but they also make games, right? So you should expect this to be more of like a Nintendo type of company. They come up with their own hardware and they come up with their own games. Of course, they've got a developer side and an SDK, meaning that other people can develop games as well. So that's pretty. I'm just gonna keep on recording, see how this goes. Okay, cool. Back to Playdate. Sweet. So coming back to our Playdate conversation, we I think it's a brilliant idea. I think the product page is really cool. I love the layout. I love the colors that they've used on the product page. They give you sort of like a retro, super chilled, really cool approach to how they present their product, and really making that yellow color of the product pop, and helping guide the main things. But as I have said, there are some things that we see in here that are going to be sort of like trends throughout most of the product pages. And if you're a UX designer looking at this and you're like, okay, why am I looking at this? I think the great takeaway that you can actually get from this live streaming today is that designing product pages, whether you're working on a digital product or you are working on a more what you call it, a more physical product. So let's move on to the next thing that I want to talk about. This has been a big buzz lately. So if you are part of the tech digital smartphone type of person who follows those trends, you might have heard about the Nothing Phone 1, which is a super cool phone that we have seen, over the past year. Actually, I mean, this company has been talking about this phone for quite some time now, right? So let me not market the phone to you. Let me not, talk about the phone too much, but rather get into uh, the product page, which is what we're here to talk. Cool. So let me just put some music back on in the background, so that we don't get too bored with my voice. Well, I don't get too bored with my own voice that I'm hearing in my head. Sweet. So, Nothing Phone 1, let's get back to it. So, Nothing Phone 1 is, let me give you a little bit of a background on the company first. So, the Nothing company was made by a guy who came from a different company called Oppo. And they're all Android devices, obviously. I know it looks like an iPhone when you look at it, but there's nothing that makes iPhones other than Apple. So I don't know what is Apple's take on the current design that we see here, but yeah, it will be really interesting to know or see if Apple is gonna take up, any issues with this current company as it is right now, right? So yeah, super interested to see how that conversation might go. But Nothing is basically a company that is trying to call themselves an innovative company that is there to create products at an affordable range that otherwise bigger organizations wouldn't have made within that price range. So this is the Nothing Phone 1. I think it starts at let's see I should have a price, right, on the product page. Let's check out their store here. You can see they've got other products as well. The Nothing Ear ones, which was their sort of like first product. Okay, cool. So where is the price? This is like the copy on this page is so bizarre because you can't really see things like pricing and things like that quite clearly, which is a problem for me because I'm looking for the price right now and I cannot see it. Cool. So let's so let's see what the price of this phone will be. I know it's not a big amount. It's sort of like on the entry level side. So the price is going to be £399, which puts it in that $400 range of a phone, which is decent, which is good. I mean, we've seen other phones come on the market, with a sort of like a bigger flagship amount. But let's go through the page and see what is it that they're actually boasting on this phone. What is it that they're advertising? We can see here they've got a lot of parrots, which was part of their big presentation and sort of thing that they had in their marketing. So you can get it in black and white. It really looks like a big iPhone. I don't like the idea that you can't really read the text and the text is not sort of like in the way. It's like we might as well have not even put it there. I think this is the landing page of the website. So let's go to the landing page of the phone. And just see the phone itself. Okay, glyph interface. Okay, there we go. We're getting some. Now, this is the thing. It's like, okay, cool. They've got all these cool things here. I didn't even notice that, the page does that until I selected this. But yeah, I guess that's why you've got sort of that that 1 2 3 4. You can see what it does, but basically it's not really giving you any more information. It's just like, okay, this is the picture of perfected, nothing, open ecosystem. Oh, okay, there is some copy here. Speed, NFTs, collecting NFTs. That's a very interesting approach when it comes to launching proprietary features in a software, right? So collecting NFTs, show them off in 5 different sizes, right? What? Track their prices on your home screen with a native NFT gallery, only with phone one. Okay, that's a cool feature. I mean, anyone else can just create an app with a widget that helps you do that. Okay, here we've got more features. We can see that blow up type of image that we saw on the you will usually see when it comes to illustrating the CPU or the camera, the blowing up stuff like that. I'm not sure about the wallpaper here and it being so beautiful. I kind of like that photo, that shot there, the one with the phone in the pocket and sort of like showing what they call the glyph interface in there. But there's a very simple product page, right? It's a very simple product page. I don't think it's even a good product page. I don't like the way that they've incorporated the copy in it. It's kind of hard to read. It's kind of hard to see what is actually happening when it comes to the details of of the page versus what we saw in the first website where you had those thick big titles, very short and precise, clearly written, fun to read copy, which is where you want to go more than what we've seen on the Nothing website. Cool. So yeah, if you're enjoying watching this session, obviously we've had our internet connection issues prior to whatever was happening. If you're watching this after the fact, or you're watching a short version, chopped up part or whatever it is, please let me know. What do you think about the product pages that we've shown so far? Have you heard of Nothing Phone 1? What do you think about the approach to design? What do you think about an Android iPhone, with a cool back built interface and things like that? Like, look, there was so much stuff that went into that phone and a lot of work. The guys managed to pull the thing off in like 1.5 years from inception to actually having the first phone release probably in customers' hands or after 1.5 years, which was a couple of weeks ago. So super interested to find out what do you think about Android devices. Are you an Android or an Apple guy? Let us know in the comments below. What's your taste? What's your what you call it? What's your What's your flavor? What's your flavor? Talking about Apple and Android, maybe this is a good segue of us jumping in into those two companies by talking about the product pages of some of their latest products. We're gonna see. I think Apple makes some of the best product pages. Personally, I am an Apple fanboy, and yeah. Um, let's see what we have from Apple. So Apple has got really good animations. I think they've really honed in into some of most of the things that we see most of these other tech companies try and implement. So here we go with the Apple page. This is obviously for the MacBook Air, as we can see there. I think we can look at other product pages here on the Apple website as well. The animation was a little bit messed up for me here because I don't know if this was designed to be used by a trackpad or what. But yeah, I guess I get the idea. Right, of going through fast through the air. Here's all new design again. They've got like their big animations and really screen grabbing stuff. As well as incorporating video in a very cool and interactive way. So I kind of like this. I kind of like the idea of how they incorporate the animation now getting into the actual device. Very simple copy, very simple but powerful headlines that they have for each of the thing. Again, the diversity, you'll see that there's a lot of black people that are used on the devices themselves, as well as on some of the product shots where people are holding the product or whatever it is. But over space gray midnight, and you can it's very seamless and super smooth. I love this about them. And then you can have some interaction as well on the pages, which is something that I like, that they've a combination of different ways to interact with the page, whether it's just the scroll and sort of like you clicking through some of the things to find out a little bit more tabs. Of course, we've seen this in the previous example implemented in a rather terrible way, where you had to sort of like swipe the images and go through the tabs. I think this is a much. I think here you might see one. Let's go inside M2. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. So no fancy things there, just more details. I thought they were gonna blow up the the laptop and show you sort of like the M2 chip opening and all of its interesting parts and things like that. Okay, here's sort of like their BS what you call it, gauges and benchmarks. That's the word that I'm looking for. To be clear, it's gorgeous. Just wrapping up things. I mean, this product page is long, but like they tell you everything about the product, absolutely everything, and then they've got some fine print right at the bottom there. But this is a beautiful product page. This is a brilliant product page. We can check out other ones as well from Apple. Let's check out the iPad one. Let's do iPad Pro, which is another really cool, really slick device that they have here. You can see again the animation. It's really well executed. Here you can see sort of getting into the M1. This was how they've marketed the M1. We can see the XDR, 5G, and things like that. It's super cool the way that they've done the animation, showing you Oh, it's okay. That's actually not interactive. Facing on the Apple websites is super smooth, super slick. The way that they've done it, the way that they've presented it. Again, we've seen some of the trends that I was talking about. Blowing up the product. We've seen how they highlight certain parts of the products and things like that. But I think two things that I really love about this, and I think that you can take away as a takeaway out of this session is that keeping it simple. I think what we've seen on the Apple website and I think on the Playdate website is that keeping it simple is better. We just having less information, much cleaner imagery and things like that is just much easier for you to consume the information and still make it look really nice and clean. I don't know if it's just me who likes that, but going back to our conversation of Apple and Android, let's have a look at Samsung. So Samsung has got a competitor to the iPad, and this is the Galaxy Tab S8. So it's a very interesting device, super huge. If you get the S8 Ultra, is about 14 inches worth of a device. It's basically bigger than most when you have it in the case. It comes with what they call the S Pen, which is the Samsung stylus. You can see here there is that sort of blow up immersive type of way of trying to grab your attention, but you can see that the difference from the way that they've implemented this, the background has got a limit, it's not full width and things like that, and they just have text on the actual thing, on the image itself, which doesn't tell me much, right? As you're scrolling this, the largest. Okay, cool. They still have implemented, as you can see here, quite really clean, what you call it, clean text, clean writing. But there's just something that is not as clean about the imaging and the graphics as we saw on the Apple website, and especially on the Playdate website, where we could interact with the product in sort of like a 3D environment. I know that used to be a trend that we saw a lot on product pages before, and somehow it stopped. But yeah, I think it's a great way to present a physical product, and to really help consumers, the person who's trying to buy this thing, understand how slim and slick that thing is, if that's what you're going for, and just the crafting and the engineering around your product. As I've said, they started 11-inch, 12.4-inch, which is the iPad range, and then all the way to 16-inch. But you cannot see the difference. It just looks like the same tablet stacked on top of each other, and with just the copy there. So let's say explore all three. Can I do that? Okay, cool. Let's do S8 Ultra, since it's the biggest one. You can compare the models. The S Pen, there is some animation there. I mean, this is better than some of the things that we've seen on the Nothing website, of course, especially when it comes to the writing and just the smooth transition of the images. I think these product pages definitely have got a better way to interface. I'm not sure about that movement there, but I mean, it's something. It's something. Again, very minimal copy. I kind of like that. We've got We've got sort of like more images of the tablets again. Again, this doesn't help me because it's relative to the proportion, and yeah, I wouldn't know, what is it relative to. Okay, cool. So ready for anything noteworthy, blah 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 blah. This is weird. Is that they've got the Galaxy S22 Ultra, the phone. I don't know if this is like a companion product. This is something that they just trying to peddle. If you buy this tablet, you might as well want to buy the phone as well. But this is a very weird take on a product that, or the specific phone or whatever it is, but not, you know, blatantly just putting a different product right there on the page. Okay, cool. So again, we can see the trend here. There's a very long product page. We can see that they're now showing some of the other things that you can do here, which are mainly Android and sort of like Google based products. YouTube Premium. Does it come with YouTube Premium? Yeah, okay, you still need to subscribe. I was like, that's super cool. Buy one of these Samsung tablets and get YouTube Premium. I think it's a brilliant device. I think it's a really beautiful looking device. I'm not sure if I am ready to introduce the complexity of an Android device within sort of like my Apple ecosystem that I have set up. There's 5G. That looks like there's no 5G. At a keyboard with a snap. That's cool. Know that we've got here we've got whoa, this scrolling is driving me nuts now. Uh, oh, there we go. More products again. So you have, stuff in the ecosystem and some fine print. A lot of similarities to what I've seen from Apple. I think there's definitely a lot of cross pollination of design, and I don't know which company inspired the other when it comes to these two companies, but super interesting to see there how there is so much, resemblance of, I think, not done as nice and not as well polished as we've seen on the Apple website. But definitely a lot of similarities between the Apple website and the Samsung website. I'm just looking at the time. I think I had about two more other products that I wanted to share with you guys, but I haven't done a live streaming session in such a while that my throat is starting to sort of like dry up. Let me drink this coffee and just try and keep myself moisturized and keep talking for maybe another 5 or 10 more minutes as we close off. So I want to come back to inviting you guys, if you enjoyed this live streaming session. Want to come back to inviting you guys over to our community that's on LinkedIn and on Discord. Links in the description below. There we'll talk about topics like this, things that you can take away into your real life design career, as well as just learning from other people within the community. We are trying to grow this community quite rapidly over the next coming few weeks. So I am asking you to invite other people that might be interested in this type of content, in being part of this type of content as well. If you would like us to, feature some of the work that you do, feature some of the things that you do within your personal world that you feel that people can benefit and learn from, and potentially give you, good exposure to, meet with other people, as well as collaborate with other people within the community. That is what really we want to build this community based on. So that is my invitation to you. If you enjoyed this type of content, let's meet again here throughout this week. Well, not throughout this week. I think we're gonna have 2 more sessions. Within this week, maybe another one on Wednesday and another one on Friday to wrap up the week. And let's keep the conversation going, so that we grow this circle and make it bigger so that everybody can benefit from it. So until the next time, thank you so much for watching this, whichever format version that you're watching it on, wherever you're watching it from. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the chats over on Discord or LinkedIn. Till the next one, cheers.